Would you look at the time? It is time for another video. Good day to you, my fellow adventurers throughout time and space. It is I, the Cowardly Time Lord, welcoming you to another Lego review video. No, not review, showcase. Yes, Lego showcase. Sorry, I slipped up. In today's video, we'll go over my entire Imperial army. Some customs here and there. Some confusing things as well. And I should point out there are some holes in my Imperial army where I need to get another figure or two. Aha. Yes. And obviously I don't have every Imperial officer looking at you, Thrawn, because there should be two Throns, because there's a new Thrawn. I have not gotten to battle on Pretty, as I have mentioned several times before. Also, there's two more Imperial TIE fighter pilots right there in a set that I haven't opened. They are not counted amongst these men yet, obviously. So anyways, obviously up front, we have Darth Vader and Palpatine. I know Darth Vader's lightsaber hilt is the wrong way, and I know I'll get flack for that, but the chrome hilt is broken on the other side, so he has to have his lightsaber the wrong way around. It is the chrome hilt that I've actually had on Darth Vader since he was the first figure I had with a chrome hilt, was a Darth Vader figure, and I've kept the same chrome hilt all this time. It's just sadly broken. So yes, that's why, and yes, I've put the one ring around Palpatine's lightsaber. I don't know why, I think it makes it look good, and also prevents it from breaking, the same way Darth Vader's lightsaber hilt did. His golden hilt break easily. Whoopsie-daisy, that's how it works with Lego sometimes. I tried to make this lineup make sense. There's definitely some oddities. So, the front row, I tried to make it made up of mostly lightsaber wielders, and then the two highest Imperials that do not wield a lightsaber being Grand Admiral Thrawn and Grand Moff Tarkin. As you can see, I have three versions of Tarkin, and behind them is Governor Inder Price, my custom. Behind Palpatine, I don't know why I have the Imperial spy there. I just didn't know where else he would fit. So he's there. Directly behind Palpatine, and behind Palpatine is Krennic. Of course, we have the Grand Inquisitor, followed up by the Rebels' Grand Inquisitor, followed up by the Client from The Mandalorian, another one of my customs, is followed up by Dr. Pen Pershing, also another one of my customs. Then we have Third Sister Reva, followed up by Vice Admiral Ray Sloane, followed up by my custom Garrick Versio, followed up by Iden Versio. Then we have a character from a thing I never watched, so I don't know what her name is, but I recently even learned that she was an Imperial agent, Force-sensitive Imperial agent thingy. Duber. I don't know. Anyway, she's here. Then behind that we have Tobias Beckett and the Imperial guys, followed up by my custom Admiral, Admiral Kendall Ozzel, even though he uses the Vice Admiral Ray Sloane's torso. It was nothing better. And this is just a standard Imperial officer. And then, of course, we have Moff Gideon, followed up by Dark Suit Moff Gideon, which has some customization done to him. And then ISB Colonel Yularen, followed up by Agent Callus of the ISB. Now, let's head back over to Thrawn. Well, actually, I didn't go behind Vader. So behind Vader is Admiral Firmus Piet, and this is Captain Praji. And then just more unnamed Imperials, and then I put the Stormtrooper Captain back there. I have almost every Imperial officer there is to have. Just try and track down some. Not named ones, just some Imperials that I need for my collection. And definitely there's some Stormtrooper variants I might not have and stuff, but I'm not looking for 100% completion. I'm just looking for a collection that I enjoy. So yes, so Grand Admiral Thrawn with the added gold epaulets to make him look so much better, even though the ranking is wrong. I can't wait to get my hands on the new Thrawn, but I'm waiting patiently for a good time. And then, of course, we have my custom Captain Gilead Pelion. He looks quite good for Captain Gilead Pelion. Then behind him we have Eli Vanto. And then this kind of rare Imperial officer that came in the UCS Star Destroyer, which I don't actually have. Nor do I have the Death Star that this version of Tarkin came in. I just bought all the figures that were unique to that set separately. And of course, we have Star Killer. Very much needed for any great Imperial Army collection. Any Star Wars fan with assault should have him. Followed up by Juno Eclipse, and then this is Taladirth, I think, is the character's name. And then we've got Han Solo and his Mud Trooper Imperial guys. You know, he doesn't really belong in amongst all these high-ranking officers, but well, the first few rows are supposed to be mostly named characters, so that's my excuse. Then we have Morok, who I believe was recently announced to be the first brother of the Inquisitorius. That's what I heard, at least. Followed up by General Maximilian Veers, followed up by General Maximilian Veers, followed up by General Maximilian Veers, followed up by General Maximilian Veers. I differentiate him by giving him a standard old revolver rather than the other ones that look exactly like him from the battle packs and whatnot. Then we have the fifth brother, followed up by the fifth brother. I know I put it in opposite order compared to the other Inquisitor that both had a live-action variant and a animated variant, because the animated variant was so much better. Then we have my custom ISB agent that's based on a video game that I haven't played, to be fair. Then we have MOC from the Freemaker Adventures. Again, I never watched it. I just know that he's an Imperial droid that lacks offspring that wish to overthrow the Empire. I have watched a clip. I have watched clips of the Freemaker Adventures. I've never watched it. And then I don't remember this guy's name from Andor. Cyril Karn. That's it. I remembered because of cereal. I wish I was joking, but no, that's how I remembered. But anyways, as you can see, there's scores upon scores of unnamed Imperial officers in different rankings, from ground crew to other stuff. And I've decided to upgrade this snow trooper, which is the one with a little rank insignia into these front lines, and he will be going in my Empire Commander's bin rather than the standard rank and file troops. He's the only Stormtrooper variant that is not going to be considered part of the rank and file. I also keep all the droids in the commanders, basically just so I keep my Stormtroopers separate, because I can't keep them all in one bin at this point. There's too much. So, as you can see, I've even got, and then, of course, there's all the Imperial Guards, the different versions, and a Stormtrooper Sergeant here, and then, of course, the highly coveted Chrome Stormtrooper. So shiny. Of course, we've got the Furnace Squad, I think is their name. Then we've got a Shore Trooper, Sword Trooper. I think this is the... Is this the Lieutenant, or is this one the Lieutenant? I don't remember exactly. Point is, we've got the Lieutenant and then the Commander, whichever way it is. Looking to get a version of the Imperial pilot, Blue Athex, I think is the character name. I know it would be inaccurate to have two because it's a named character, but kind of, sort of. I don't care. I want another one. It was really only while putting this together that I realized I should really have another Death Trooper. That's the reason why I don't have one. I've got 4 of the Imperial ground crew because I swapped out the Jyn Erso disguised as an Imperial ground crew for just another extra ground crew. And then got another one. That's essentially the story there. I've tried to buy at least one of every recent modern variant, and then the ones that only one of came in a set, or only 3 of came in a set, I bought another one to be its opposite on here at some point or another. I like it when there's even amounts of things. The Sand Troopers don't really fall into that, though. Sand Troopers are fairly unique. And so long as they come in sets 2 at a time these days, I don't care to punt it down and fix that issue. And these are the Stormtrooper kind of commanders from one set. So, yeah, and then we get way to the back, and then we've got the old Imperial V-Wing pilots. And... oh yeah, so this is the arm printing TIE Fighter pilot. I want to get the new one that just came out more recently to put there. It's just expensive. I know, I spend a lot of money on Lego, but I do not have infinite money, no. So, that's pretty much how it is. Got a nice collection of Imperial commandos there, and shadow troopers of 3 different kinds. So there's the modern shadow trooper. I've got 6 of the classic shadow trooper, the 2 shadow troopers that came in that one battle pack, and then on the ends are these 2 old TIE Fighter pilot guys. Yeah, at the very edges back there. And then we have the grand amount of Imperial TIE Fighter pilots, which I actually had to wait on because I originally had this TIE Fighter pilot matched with this one. I thought I don't know how I messed it up, but yeah, I thought they were the same. Just because they both have the silver band on the helmet. So yeah, I had to order an opposite for each of them. But I think now my TIE Fighter pilot army is now each one of, there is two. There's two of every TIE Fighter pilot. And yes, I do it so that the weapons are mirrored. Try to make it as mirrored as possible down the center. And interesting thing I noticed, I think this Stormtrooper has a little misprint. Just a little one. Its eyes are shifted up. So, if anyone is willing to trade me for a slightly misprinted Stormtrooper helmet and give me the proper one, and as well as something else in return of equaling value, I would gladly accept. Not that there's a whole lot left that I want for my actual Star Wars collection, so never mind. Just, do you think it would be worth anything? You can tell me down below. I would happily receive any comment whatsoever. It's just interesting how it's such a small little misprint. Slightly shifted up helmet. Barely even noticeable to the untrained eye. Very many Stormtroopers. Slight yellowing. Didn't help that at one point I had a cat that decided my box full of Stormtroopers was a perfect place to pee. For whatever reason, it only pissed on my Stormtrooper box. Plastic box, and so I just washed them off, but that's maybe why some dirtying, yellowing happened. No smell, trust me, no smell. Yes. But it is a funny anecdote that happened to my Stormtrooper army. And then all the way back to Scout Troopers of various typings. Very many Scout Troopers. Of course, two of them my mum wants to have for her, well, this one came with that, Endor Diorama Speeder Chase set, and my mom wants a second one just to sit on that diorama in the woods. But I'm allowed to have them as part of my main Star Wars collection for whenever I want to have them. I miss being able to set up big armies of all my sets and all my ships. Getting a bit too old for that now. Still, I love to play with my sets as much as I can. And also, just, can you imagine how much room I would need to actually just play with all my sets? I would do it, no matter how expensive. I would just ask that whoever did it was very careful. Something breaks, I would eventually replace it. I've already replaced some of the expensive figures here, like Starkiller. I've got two. One is just heavily damaged. This guy goes in a plastic protection case. I can show you the plastic protection case he will go in. And some of these figures go in protective little baggies. But yes, and that's exactly what I paid for him at this shop known as Toy Traders. He will go back inside his container after the video. That price tag will remain on it forever. I don't bother scraping off the price tag. But yes, the ones that are currently in protective baggies are Admiral Firmus Piet, the Chrome Stormtrooper, and Starkiller gets the box. I guess I'll put Grand Admiral Thrawn in another baggie, I guess. I don't know. Suggest down below if you think any of them should be in protective baggies, I guess. So, over here, now, back behind all the Scout Troopers and stuff, we have 3 probe droids, and I discovered that one of them needs a replacement part. It's actually this one. I don't know how well you can see it, but this, the part that holds it to the stand is kind of broken severely. That's not good. So, yeah. need a replacement piece, and there's the last probe droid that I have. Then we have... I know this one is put together wrong. Technically, the antenna is supposed to be up top, and then the two things are on either side of the red dot, the thing I made to a mohawk. So, yeah, it's my own little custom. I just liked how it looked better at the time, and I've never switched it back. Just my own little bit of creativity. I'll never correct it unless I actually sell it, but for now he's just my own creative little droid. Then we have the army of mouse droids. I collect mouse droids as much as I collect gonk droids. I need all the mice droids, all the gonks. Mouse droids unite. Mouse droids unite. So yes, there is a collection of mouse droids, if you've ever wanted to see that. And then we've got the Death Star Imperial torture-y droid things. Two of them. One was from an advent calendar. The other one was actually from the Death Star set back in the day. So that's them. I did not get the Imperial torture probe droidy guy from the second version of the Death Star, but I'm very excited about the upcoming Death Star. I will probably try to do another Imperial video when that comes out, especially if there's a lot of interior space. I will try and set up as many Imperials as I can within the Death Star. That is my plan. And I don't know if this is technically an Imperial droid or not. Pretty sure it is. An Imperial Surveyor droid or something. It's got Imperial colors to it. It looks Imperial. It was from a book that I never had. But I just wanted the figure because it's another Star Wars figure. This is technically a Star Wars figure. Then the Imperial Gonk droid. Oh, important to the collection indeed. It's an Imperial Gonk droid. Behold. More powerful than Darth Sidious. And then we have my lineup of astromechs. Now, I know that there should be technically no difference between these two, but there is. Just a slight difference in color that I've noticed. I know. But according to Bricklink, there is no separate version. But there's clearly a color difference. And it doesn't match that one either. So then we've got the astromech that came with the Imperial V-Wing. Another Imperial, I don't remember the designations. If you want a bit of, I didn't go over the designations of all the astromechs in my astromech and protocol droid video. But yes, of course, Imperials. And oh yeah, I got two of the colored wired one because I wanted this one. But the seller sold me another colored wired one. That was not very nice of them. But I think they did refund me the extra cost. Pretty sure they did. Anyways. So, all in all, I've really only had 1 or 2 issues ever ordering on Bricklink. And some of quite a bit of what you see here was ordered on Bricklink. So, yes, I am quite happy with my Imperial Army, and I hope you've enjoyed this video of me showing it off to you. And as I've said, comment down below whatever you would like to know. I think after this video I will start working on the Ghostbusters Firehouse. I know I said that several times, but I am quite serious about starting that building. So that will be the next review. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and hope you have a good day or whatever time it is, wherever you are. This is the Cowardly Time Lord signing off and saying what. Have a good day or whatever time it is, wherever you are. Oh, I'm struggling. This is the Cowardly Time Lord signing off and saying, have a good day, or whatever time it is, wherever you are. Bye-bye now!